Welcome back to the Slippery Slope podcast. So, in a previous episode, I talked about the growing sense that we're being deceived on almost every front, from the Ben Roberts Smith case to global conflicts, energy issues, and the constant fog pumped out by governments and media. And since releasing that episode, I've had even more time to reflect, read, and watch how these stories are unfolding. And honestly, the pattern is, to me, becoming clearer, not less. So today I want to go a little deeper, not just into the events themselves, but into the spiritual reality behind this age of deception. Because if you think this is just politics or just media bias or just incompetence, you're missing the bigger picture. So I think the pattern of deception is becoming systemic. Let's start with the obvious. The stories we're being fed are no longer simply incomplete, they're engineered. Take the Ben Robert Smith situation. New leaks, new angles, new exclusive revelations keep appearing, all conveniently timed, all conveniently framed, and yet the same questions remain unanswered. Why is one man carrying the entire weight of a war? Why is the media acting as judge and jury? Why are the political and strategic decision makers untouched? Because the goal isn't justice, it's narrative control. If he's innocent, he's never going to receive justice. If he's guilty, the families of the victims, they're never going to receive justice because of the way the narrative has been controlled. And that same pattern shows up everywhere. Oil shortages that appear and disappear depending on the political need, conflict overseas, where we're told only the parts that suit the agenda, economic crisis that magically align with policy pushes, social issues that explode on cue, then vanish when no longer useful. This isn't random, this is coordinated messaging.
Got my eyes straight ahead, got my head in the game. With the red light on, I'm just waiting for the change. Keep my head down low.
So, Scripture warned us about this exact environment. In the previous episode, I quoted Jesus' words in Matthew 24, "Take heed that no one deceives you." But I want to expand on that today because Scripture doesn't just warn about deception, it describes the mechanics of it. 2 Thessalonians 2:10 to 11, Paul writes about a time when people will be swept away by all powers, signs, and lying wonders, because they did not receive the love of the truth. And then he says something chilling. For this reason, God will send them strong delusion, that they should believe the lie, not a lie, the lie, a singular, unifying deception, a worldview, a narrative, a system of thought. We're watching the groundwork for that being laid right now. Not because the final deception is here, but because the world is being trained to accept whatever it's told without question, without discernment, without truth. The modern world is designed to overwhelm discernment. Think about how information works today. News breaks instantly, stories change hourly, narratives shift mid sentence. Social media amplifies emotion, not truth. Governments hide behind classified and national security. Corporations shape public opinion through algorithms. It's not just that we're being deceived, it's that we're being conditioned to stop looking for truth altogether. And that's exactly what deception requires, because deception doesn't need to convince you of a lie, it just needs to exhaust you until you stop caring. The real battle here is for your perception. This is why Jesus' warning matters so much. He didn't say make sure you're not lied to. He's saying make sure you're not deceived. Lies are external, deception is internal. A lie is something you hear, and deception is something that you accept. And the moment you stop questioning, you stop testing, you stop examining motives, you stop seeking truth, you become vulnerable. That's why the Bible constantly tells us to test all things. First Thessalonians 5:21. Be sober and vigilant. That's in 1 Peter 5:8. And do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits. That's in 1 John 4, verse 1. Discernment isn't optional, it's a survival skill. So, what do? We don't retreat, we don't hide, and for goodness sakes, we don't bury our head in the sand, which unfortunately, I believe a lot of Australians, that's what we do. We bury our head in the sands. We don't want to see the tidal wave coming towards us, of the tidal wave of destruction. We must pay attention. We need to question everything. We look for the motives behind the message. We anchor ourselves in Scripture because it's the only truth that isn't shifting, manipulated, or politically convenient. And we refuse to let the world think for us because the moment you outsource your discernment, you've already lost it. So, so this is part two. For I'm looking at taking a deeper look at the same pattern, a pattern that becomes harder to ignore. Deception isn't coming, it's here. It's active, it's everywhere. But Jesus didn't warn us so that we would panic. He warned us so we would be prepared. Take heed that no one deceives you. I'm Jay Fallon. This is my opinion. And as always, thanks for listening to the Slippery Slope podcast.
They just fuel a desire that will take me higher. I'm on fire because nothing's gonna bring me down. Nothing's gonna bring me down. Nothing's gonna stop me now. No more deals to be done. No nothing's gonna focus on me goal. Nothing's gonna stop me now. Nothing's gonna hold me down. Got my eye on the prize, gonna set on the clouds and